Hi guys, I'm back with another garden tour video. This week I'm just going to be showing you the food garden. Nick has told me that he wants me to include a little bit of his food garden too, because he also grows some stuff, and lately I've just been showing you what I've been growing. A little bit of a background on our gardening experience and what got us into all of this. I've always had an interest in gardening and growing things and growing flowers and food. And for a couple of years I lived in an apartment where there was no outdoor space, so we couldn't really grow anything there. And now we own our own house that we bought a year and a half ago, and I started growing a small garden last year, and that's what got Nick interested in growing food and growing different types of things. And so now we're both growing stuff, and it's becoming a goal of ours to eventually be able to grow most of our own vegetables and fruit. So that's the background of it, and I can't wait to show you guys what we're growing this year. So this is my vegetable garden, and I grow all of this stuff myself. So let's start over here with the zucchini. The zucchini are doing nice. We've gotten a lot of rain over the past couple of days, so everything has really boomed out and is getting nice and big. And we can see that they're starting to get buds on here. This one is an 8-ball zucchini, which I've never grown before, so I'm excited about that. And we have some other varieties. This is a yellow zucchini, and there's some regular zucchinis, and I cannot wait until we start getting some of those. I love zucchini so much. This bed here, this is my tomatoes, or one of my tomato beds. And if you saw my video earlier this week, I separated a lot of these because I had them growing in pairs when I started the seeds. And they got a little bit overcrowded, so I separated them. And I gave some of those to my sister and my brother-in-law. This is the lettuce bed. And we have the romaine, which you guys saw earlier this week. And you can see that it's almost the same exact size as what it was when I harvested it. So hopefully when I harvest again later this week or early next week, it'll be an even better harvest than the last one. The Swiss chard, which has gotten really big since we've had the rain the past couple days. And it feels like it's going to rain some more today too, which is great. We have our zucchini, or not zucchini, cucumbers over here, and you can see these are starting to get buds on them. So far, I've only gotten male flowers, no female flowers, so no fruit yet, but that's okay. They'll get fruit on them when they're ready. Over here is our watermelon and sunflower bed. These sunflowers are doing great. They've just shot right up over the past week or so. And the watermelons are still, they look about the same as last week. This one has a little bit of sun scald on it, but it's alright. More watermelons. Hopefully these do well. Last year I had one watermelon plant and I got one tiny watermelon on it. And so this year I researched how to grow them a little bit better, and hopefully we get more this year. Our beans, our pole beans, which are starting to vine up on the trellis a little bit. I've been trying to train them a little bit to grow that way, but they tend to do what they want anyways. And this bed here, this is my yellow squash, and I actually had to get more plants and replant this because all but one of my plants died because I had roly-poly bugs or pill bugs in here, and it was like overnight it ate them up. They got eaten up. So I did a little bit of research on how to repel them, and I learned that coffee grounds are acidic, and it won't kill the roly-poly bugs, but it'll repel them to the point where they just won't want to be in here. And it seems to be working because I haven't seen any since I spread the grounds in here. And I also spread the coffee grounds in my other garden beds as well to help keep the roly-polies away, or pill bugs, whichever you want to call them. Over here, this is my other tomato bed. We got some mushrooms growing in there, which again is fine as long as they don't get too numerous. And the mushrooms tend to shoot up after it rains, and then they'll be gone within a day or two. They just have a short lifespan. So they basically, mushrooms, if you see mushrooms growing in your yard or in your garden, they live off of organic material. So if there's any sticks or tree roots or anything like that in your soil, the mushrooms are more likely to grow, and they just break that stuff down. They break down the organic material. They're not a dangerous type of fungus, or at least not these ones. More tomatoes. My tomatoes are looking nice and healthy since I transplanted them, which is really good. And now we will go over to Nick's areas. So over here by the embankment, Nick has berries planted. This one is a raspberry plant. Doesn't look like it has any fruit on it yet. This is another raspberry plant that is getting, looks like little buds on there, so hopefully we'll have some of those soon. And then these are different varieties of raspberry plants. I can't remember which they are. That's something Nick knows, but I didn't plant them, so I didn't remember them. Let's look over the embankment real quick. We own to the center of this, and I've only been down there once because it's a 50-foot drop, but it is beautiful down there, and I'm just so happy that we have this little piece of nature that is just untouched. And anyways, over here we have, this is Nick's currants, which looks like it's getting some on there. I don't know if he's looked at these lately, but it's getting some on there, and hopefully we'll have some of those soon. Even if we only get a handful of them, it's still good to have, and these will spread. All the types of berries and currants will spread eventually, so we'll have more and more each year. Then over here, Nick has, he's kind of a random gardener. I am very organized with how I plant things and where I plant them, but he will just plant stuff wherever he thinks it'll grow best, which is good. So he has corn planted here in these 2 rows. You can see it. And more corn here. And we'll be getting lots of corn from that, hopefully. And so that's his area over here. And now we'll look at the grapes. And so over here at the back of the house, we have our Himrod white grapes, which again, we probably won't see anything off these this year because it's still a young plant. Over here we have our strawberries, which it looks like I have some coming. I thought, oh, yep, there it is. Look how big that one's getting. See it? Oh, right there. Look how big it's getting. I'm so excited for these strawberries. Let me count them real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4. I thought I had 6 last time I counted, but yeah, I'm so excited for the strawberries. So excited. I've always wanted to grow strawberries, and this is the first year I've been able to do them, so it's really exciting. Even if I only get 5 or 6, they're going to be the best strawberries I ever had. And then over here, this side of the house, or by the porch here, this is our other grape plant, and as you can see, we got some new leaves coming on here that are brand new, but again, we probably won't see any fruit off this year because it's still a young plant. So hopefully next year, and if you've never seen grape plants before, eventually this will be able to vine up this whole thing, this whole trellis here. Grape plants do really well in this area. We live in wine country, so up here in upstate New York or central New York. So these grape plants are kind of pitiful compared to all the ones in all the vineyards, but they're our own, and I can't wait until we come to a day where we can walk out on our own back porch and just pick some grapes. Right here in the middle of our yard is what Nick likes to call his blueberry farm. Again, he plants things where he thinks they will grow best, so this is where he planted them. I thought it was a little bit strange having blueberries in the front yard, but if that's what works. I'm not going to stop him. So he has lots of blueberries coming, loads, and we're really excited about these. He is so excited to have so many blueberries. These aren't close to ripe yet, but he'll be getting at least a few pints from these for sure. In the middle here, he has different varieties of squash, which I think he has them planted a little too close together, but he says it's okay. So we garden together, but at the same time we garden completely differently. He also has some sweet peas planted here, which last year he grew in a pot, and he learned that they did not do well in a container. They were a little bit too crowded. So hopefully this year they do better now that he has his own little in-ground garden. In this pot he has chives, which are starting to look like they're getting there. We ate a lot of chives last year too. There's an airplane. But yeah, anyways, chives. We had a lot of chives last year, which turned out really good. This is his first blueberry bush from last year, and he's trying to figure out why I didn't get so much growth on these ones, but it's still alive, so we're happy about that. Then over here at the front of the yard he has more corn, and that's it. And then way over on the other corner of our property we have this other apple tree, which has been eaten the most by the gypsy moths, but he's still getting new leaves and stuff, so hopefully he'll make a comeback. It's hard to film with the wind, but hopefully he'll start getting healthier once the gypsy moths go away. I've been spraying with neem oil and stuff to try and help keep them off, but it's been to no avail. I keep killing them, keep picking them off, and they keep coming back. But anyways, that is all, you guys. Thank you for joining me on this week's garden tour video. If you have any advice or suggestions, please leave them in the comments below. And if you have any requests, also feel free to leave that in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll be back next week with another garden tour. Bye!